Hey guys, I just wanted to bring up a couple of points from my first official Edge Day. Yesterday was Edge Day, of course, October 13th, 2013. It was the first Edge Day since I made the decision to be straight edge. For those of you who don't know, straight edge, they don't drink, smoke, um, no drugs, no promiscuous sex, no substances at all. There are some straight edge people who say prescription drugs would be breaking edge. There are um, a lot of different opinions on it. There are a lot of people who are vegan, don't eat no meat, no milk, dairy, nothing of that sort. And a lot of people believe that eating meat could be considered breaking edge. It's really just more of your personal choice. The main things are drug-free, alcohol-free, tobacco-free. Um, and it's not just what a lot of people would say is like, oh, well, you're underage, you shouldn't be doing those things anyways. There's all these 14, 15, 16-year-olds deciding to be edge. But when you truly make the commitment to uh, be edge, it's a lifelong commitment to cut substance out of your life. It's not, oh, I'm 14 now, I'm going to be edge, and then as soon as I turn 18, I'm going to start smoking. That's not what it's about. There's all these children doing it as a bandwagon, but that's not why you should be doing it. I made the decision to be edge, not to be the good little Christian girl or because it's what my parents thought was best. I did it because it was right for me. It's a lifelong commitment to have a pure mind and a pure body, and it's what I wanted. Um, but something that really bothered me is something said yesterday on a Facebook post about Edge Day. Um, I'll read it out to you. It was by a man in his, I guess, 20s, 30s, something like that. He was an adult. Said, and I quote, all the Edge Day posts on here keep saying proud about being Edge. But I ask you this, what is there to be proud about? You've not attained something. You've not worked for something. You're just following what your natural disposition, your consciousness has chosen. The closest thing to pride you consume is not succumbing to peer pressure or society's typical expectations. But to me, that's just actually using your brain and making a resolute decision not to follow something blindly, which is what all true human beings should be doing. So in essence, you're just proud to be using your brain, which is something you should always be doing. Now, this bothered me for a couple of reasons. The first being that edge is something to be proud of. In today's society, it's hard. Um, Teenagers, young adults, college students, all the way up to 40s and 50s, people drink and smoke, and we see it all of the time. And there's not really anything out there saying that these are bad for you. Um, there's drug-free programs, but nothing really getting in and explaining the personal connection to staying sober and staying drug-free, which is what brings us to the fact that really it's about us. It's not about society. It's not about other people, which is why it shouldn't be a bandwagon decision. It should be a personal choice. But it's something to be proud of when you can say that you've gone 3 months or 3 years or 30 years and not done any of these substances, not broken edge. To say that you can walk around in a society where it's frowned upon to do the right thing and say that you've been edge for however amount of time is something to be proud of. And the fact that you're staying true to yourself is also something to be proud of. So that post is just something that bothered me. Something else that bothered me is that people assume that you have to be punk and live by the punk ideals in order to be edge, which that's not true at all. Um, Edge was started in the punk society. It was idealistic, anarchy, everything like that, all tied hand in hand. You hear hardcore straight edge just as much as you hear the term edge, if not more. But a lot of people assume if you're not punk, you're not actually edge, you're just sober, um, which isn't true at all. Straight edge is more of a community. It's not so much about following the punk ideals. That's just where it came from, and it has developed so much since then. Um, some of the other things, Edge Day Atlanta was a huge success this year. I really wish I could have gone. Um, it was my first Edge Day, which I was really excited about. Um, of course, I mean, I haven't, been walking around struggling with substances or anything, but it did, I mean, making the lifelong commitment was a big deal for me when I did it. It's been about 3 months now, I guess, since I took on the term straight edge and decided, you know, pure for life, live pure, die pure, you know? Um, One of the other things I wanted to say, straight edge clothing brands are amazing. A couple I wanted to mention just because I love them. Um, MotiveCompany.com is great. 1981 clothing. A lot of people like that one. More Than Ink is actually doing really well. A couple of my favorites are Strong Minds, Clear Minded Clothing, Pure Life Clothing, Clean Slate Clothing, and Stay Cold. Some of the others that people have mentioned just through Edge Day posts and things, Wolves Clothing, Untoxicated.com, Committed Clothing, things like that. It's actually really cool to see so many people coming together. If you're on Facebook and you're not a part of the straight edge group, just literally search up the word straight edge and you'll see a group pop up with like 10,000 people or something like that. And we're really just kind of building a community, and it's really great to be a part of. So, yeah, you should go check that out. If you're Edge, feel free to comment, links, anything. We can get in touch. If you have questions or want anything to know, just hit me up. I will post a couple of really cool links below in the description, hopefully. Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of what I wanted to get across, that it's about living pure, it's not about judging other people for making another decision. Being edge doesn't mean you're better than anybody else. It just means that you've made a life choice for what you believe is right for you. So yeah, sober till it's over, guys.